And today I have asked a special person to come and be my guest, and her name is Maizie Weathers. And so today, as every week, I speak about recovery. I'm a recovering addict, and today we were going to talk about how important and how do we actually build a good, solid recovery program. And so for you, could you share us a few ingredients that is needed to have that established?
Absolutely. Well, I think like a lot of people, a solid recovery wasn't something I got the first time. And after trial and error, we find that a 12-step program is the main ingredient. Getting involved in that fellowship and working with a sponsor very closely, having that willingness to be honest and open about ourselves and our lives. I think that's something that kept me struggling for a long time, was just literally not being able to be honest with somebody, having that wall up. Being vulnerable is something that just sets your recovery on fire,
Yes.
Losing the fear to just let it all go. But of course, going back to sponsorship, you have to find somebody you can trust.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah, it's made a huge difference for me.
Yes. And so with that being said, for you, like, how important is the spirituality part of it for you?
It is so big. And of course, it's something that you had to find for yourself. Nobody can tell you, what your higher power is or who it is or how to do it. But it just starts, it's a practice, even if you don't have a belief or don't know what you believe, just taking that direction from other people who've done it before you, just waking up in the morning and saying please, and then going to bed at night and saying thank you.
Yes.
Those simple things can really just be the start to your relationship with a higher power and your spirituality.
Yes. I know for me, when I first got into the program, I was pretty much spiritually bankrupt. And so after a while, by working the steps, it just allowed me to have more of a spiritual connection with my higher power of my choosing. And then spiritually, every day, I just could see the growth and that connection with my higher power. And basically what we are taught is just to have that divine, finding that power, that divine power of the universe that is greater than ourselves. And I remember when I was in treatment, they also used to tell me it could be the doorknob,
Oh my gosh,
as long as that power, you feel like that power is greater than you, it could be anything in this universe, and some people find it in the fellowship. Some people find it as, God is their understanding. But, I don't never want to, steer anyone away from what we practice is not a religious practice. It's a spiritual journey.
Absolutely.
And so, and what other ingredients do you feel that help build that solid recovery program?
Well, you mentioned the fellowship, and that's a big part of it. Obviously, just going to meetings is not going to keep you clean. Working the steps is a huge part of that, but I could not have gotten to where I am today without the network I built, and it's difficult at first because you don't want to ask somebody for their number, and then that phone, it's a popular saying that phone weighs 10,000 pounds,
Yes.
But you practice picking it up. It's another practice. And you build those relationships with people, and they get to know you, and we start to have compassion and understanding for one another. And then when you don't even have to tell somebody something's wrong with you. Like, they'll just call you. They'll be like, I just had a feeling I should check on you.
Right.
And that's those spiritual moments, where this program is working.
Right.
And people are looking out for you, and they care about you, and that's not something we had out on the streets.
No.
Nobody was calling me, asking me if I was okay, because their higher power put me on their heart.
Exactly. And then as far as the support outside the fellowship. How important is that to you?
It's huge. Yeah. I mean, it's very important that we develop relationships with individuals outside of 12-step programs, whether it be friends, family, co-workers. You know, I was sharing with you earlier, I have some very close co-workers, and they were my rock, you know, because I'm going to work. I hadn't worked in a long time.
Right.
I'm going to work every day, and those women were there, you know, and we're just doing the work, and they helped carry me through my first 6 months of being clean and sober.
Yes.
And that relationship is priceless to me.
Yes, I too have a relationship like that with my boss as well. She's not in the program, but she gives me that support that
Absolutely.
I need, and sometimes even after hours, you know.
Yeah.
So she does pick up her phone as well. And so, is there any other ingredients you can think that help you stay clean and work a recovery program that you would like to share with our viewers?
I think the single most important one, which is the hardest to do, is to reach out to the still struggling addict.
Yes.
And to work with others. You know, one addict helping another is without parallel.
Yes.
And when nothing else is working and you are just down and feeling like giving up, reaching out to somebody else and getting outside of yourself. And it's hard, but that's the only thing that has saved me at times. So.
And I know for me as well, yeah, I've been taught that meeting makers make it, you know, and reaching out, and only in order for me to keep what I have to give it away.
Exactly.
You know, and the people that are still struggling, and that's why I'm sitting here right now, is to reach out to those that are still struggling and sick in their active addiction, you know, just to see that, you know, we're testimonies that, you know, we do recover.
Right.
And it's so exciting, and she as well, we have close anniversary dates, because she is on the 8th.
Yes.
And then mine is next month on the 20th, and we both, you know, by the graces of God, we don't want to project into the future because anything could happen, because we take our program day by day.
Yep.
But we will be a year clean as well next month, and we're just testimonies of what, you know, what you can do when you reach a level of, okay, I've had enough.
Yes.
You know, enough is enough. And so I'm just so happy that you came here to share your experience,
Thank you for
strength, and
having
hope.
me.
And I would also like to remind women and even people that identify as a woman that on Monday come out and join us here at the station, 934 North Water, from 7 to 8. And we just would love to have you here and come join us and fellowship with us. And also, I think that's what I wanted to share. But, I appreciate you again for coming on. Thank you.
So much.